It's broken. It's broken. It won't work.
Oh.
And I was talking to it's not working. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I literally have no idea.
Where's the
I'm sorry.
You want me to go down later? I'll go down later. I doesn't go down there. No. This is great. Oh, exactly.
Oh, they're here?
Yeah.
Are you gonna start the meeting first?
I guess we can, yeah, I guess we can start the meeting.
Well, we'll start the meeting first and then they can say.
And I'll touch.
So right after. the
Okay.
pledge.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm hoping all these empty pages are not the agenda.
Congratulations. If only it was that easy.
If I get that, that's what it takes to leave.
I know you're very soft, but then there are 5 pages and it's not.
Is this the one? No.
Take all my use.
I know, I thought of that, I said, so you can get these kinds.
Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
George Andrews,
Present.
Rebecca Baird,
Present.
Ann Petrillo.
Here.
Mike Petrillo,
Here.
Jason Gulstrand,
Present.
Keith Parker, Debbie Kulik,
Present.
Wayne Roner,
Here.
Rich Lehman,
Here.
8 present.
Okay, and we are very excited tonight to greet our North High School students. So we'll let them come in and get us in the spirit. Here we go.
Your colors.
No, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go around.
Yeah.
So, my name is Peter Barnes, I'm the choir director. We, a bunch of years ago, I think when they first started the group, again, I think some collaborative plan, we kind of raise some money. So we're spending a couple of holiday-ish songs for you. And then we'll talk a little more about the group. Okay. So we're gonna start off with an individual song.
Rivers filled up the sky. It rained like that. Spirit found to love. So The snow comes down, the snow down. So fall in life. This must be amazing. Grace. Change on, and show the way. Change. From these tears, for I lost. Still, still my joy. It's one more thing, so I just want to tell you a little bit about the group here, so this is groups of 9 through 12 graders, they auditioned at the beginning of the year, they're pulled out of the bigger groups that we have. So, and then we rehearse on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 throughout the year, and we've been pretty busy, Alyssa's gonna spill off some more later, but like, I think we've had like 6 or 7 free writing plus we sang at St. Matt's, we're singing at the hospital, and we're gonna be on Pocono one on Thursday, if you're interested. And our concert is Wednesday night this week, so we're doing some other things, we're having both our curricular groups, the Trouble Mixed Choir will be performing, and a revamping of our men's choir with performing the baritone.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, so that's Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So we'll take you drive through the snow, so around it. So we're gonna finish off with a 10 box. Oh, Dave, and I was saying the function of the aquaculture. The layout of the concert, thank you. Let your see.
The sounding joy, joy to the world, now we sing.
Let the earth receive her King.
Joy to the world, now we sing.
Let the angel voices ring. Joy to the world, now we sing. Let the men their songs employ. Joy to the world,
Now we sing, beat the sounding joy. It's love, it's love, it's love. The chamber king, to the world, they sing, the angel voices ring.
Thank you.
Great job. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Keith. Okay, amazing job as ever, and looking great as well, sounding great. I like the pops of blue. I love that. And Keith LeBar, just so talented and so innovative for many, many years for us at North High School. So thank you to everybody for that. Okay, we'll continue welcoming of guests. So we welcome everyone either online or present today. We ask that you just be sure that you've signed in so we have a record of who was attending our meeting this evening. Okay, we have an announcement that an executive session was held this evening before this meeting for the purpose of discussing personnel litigation and negotiations. We now need a motion to adopt the agenda for the December 16th, 2024, as submitted, with the Board of Education reserving the right to add to the agenda and take further action on any items raised in executive session.
Second.
Questions?
I'd like to add something to the agenda, please.
I'd like to add the person, Joseph Zalewski, for the math position at East Stroudsburg North.
Okay, any questions or discussion on that?
I'll second that motion.
One second. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so moved. Motion to approve the minutes of the November 18th, 2024 board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, our superintendent's report.
Oh, that's me. I do not, sorry, I do not have a formal report this evening, so I have spent the last 3 weeks going around to our buildings, and I have to say that as someone who graduated from here and is from here, it has been an amazing experience just to see how welcoming the students have been, how positive the buildings have been of the faculty and staff, and truly just it's a wonderful space for our students to learn. So it has been a fantastic experience. Next month, I will present a more detailed superintendent report. We sent out a climate survey just to kind of get from our students, from our faculty, staff, and families of what's the greatest aspect of the district and what's the biggest challenge. So I will present that information of kind of that where everybody feels our challenges lie and our successes are. So I look forward to presenting that information, and thank you if you filled out the survey. We had over 1,000 people fill it out. So we just have to go through that information, working on it soon.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Vitale. Now we have our reports from our committees and from our people representing us in various other schools. MCTI.
The MCTI Joint Operating Committee met on December 9th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Reviewed the reports from the Secretary, Solicitor, Superintendent, Treasurer's Report, and the Building and Grounds reports. All these reports are available for you to look at online, as well as the new reporting from Ms. Kresge and the Building and Grounds Committee. We are excited to say that we continue to be on schedule for finishing up the addition on June 2025. I'll share images with the board and other members of the community in our February meeting. The committee motioned to approve payment of invoices and investment information. The committee also approved additional business and finances, which has included liability insurance, which is an increase of 10% from last year's contract. We also approved for the financial obligations to be approved from December 10th through February 3rd while we were away, but any financial obligations would be then ratified at the February 3rd meeting. There's also a motion to declare equipment such as a color press by Ryobi and the professional or the pro offset, and 2 others obsolete. There was also a change order charge for the head unit demolition in the amount of $1,688. This was an oversight by the engineers during the construction of the addition. The JOC approved the articulation agreements with Thaddeus Stephen College of Technology in Pennsylvania and the Pennsylvania Technology for the following programs: drafting and design technology, carpentry, automotive, collision repair, graphic communications, HVAC technologies, masonry, welding, and from the Pennsylvania College of Technology, criminal justice, and police science. We also approved student activity for an attendance for students and advisors to the FFA National Turf Graphs Career Development Conference in San Diego, California. This is the premier conference for that field, and the students have been fundraising in order to make this trip a reality. Regarding items of personnel, JOC, we had 1 termination, 2 resignations, and 3 professional staff appointments and 2 substitute staff appointments. There was also an appointment and a rate change for adult continuing ed. The next meeting for the MCTI Joint Operating Committee will take place February 3rd, 2025, 7 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Next report is from the Colonial IU20, and that would be me. We had our meeting, and we actually held our meeting at Colonial Academy. Those of you who don't know, Colonial Academy is an alternative education school for the IU. We do send students there that have needs to go there. So the focus was on presenting some aspects of the Colonial Academy. One of the things that impressed me the most was their building trades department. And actually, I say department, it's actually 1 teacher and 1 support teacher that do it. But just to get an idea of, we hear IU20, we know we pay to support IU20 and our money goes there. This one project, just a real short piece of it, they are very big into community connection. So it's a traditional woodshop class, but it goes the teacher is not content to leave them in the classroom. They go out, they work with, they make a lot of community connections. They actually were at Mazella, and if anyone walked on the Goat Bridge, if you went to Mazella this season, they actually constructed that whole area. Two students shared stories of how the goats were running off with the tools, and because they had to actually operate and learn how to operate with the goats. They worked at the Pocono Environmental Center, which we send many students to. Many of they work on keeping up anything that's wood and keeping up with the areas there. I think one of the coolest things that they were involved in is the Garden of Giving. The Garden of Giving is a community growing center that grows food for food banks. So they actually grow food for food banks, and they were tasked with building a lot of the things that are used at this food bank. One of the things they created from scratch themselves is for senior citizens who like to work there. One of the issues is seniors bending over to work in the gardens, and students there came up with raised beds. They raised them off the ground about 5 feet, built them so the seniors can go and do their work, and also build cooling stands for them so that in the summer weather, they can go and get out of the sun for a while as they're working. And I stress to you, these are students, again, who are in alternative ed because of behaviors and issues that they had in regular education. So the tremendous, I think, growth they have in just learning how to give back to the community is amazing. The culinary department cooked a meal for us, which I'm telling you rivaled any restaurant I've been to. And again, all student driven, student worked, and they do a great job with it. We also got a presentation of a really cool East Stroudsburg cell phone stand that they gave as a gift to us, which I like. The second major thing that was done was capital improvements. I won't go through all their capital improvements. I will say the IU is really on top of their buildings. We do not have to worry about, as far as our tax money, as far as Colonial IU, they keep abreast of everything. They have a 5-year plan they presented for maintaining their buildings, some of their big projects. They were also praised by the local presenters and said that they, out of the entire area, entire region, their buildings are in the best shape because they have a plan, and they presented a full in-depth plan, which is on their website if anybody would like to see it. And then the last thing I just want to say is they have adopted a code, or I guess it's not really a code, maybe a saying, and it's called spreading kindness. And they instill that in their teachers when their teachers are working with some very troubled, difficult students. They do it as the administration down there. Every time they go out to do some type of act out in the community, it's the whole thought of spreading kindness. And, in our world today, I just thought that's a pretty cool thing for them as an organization to really push and instill in their students. So I was highly impressed with everything that was going on there. Okay, thank you. And our next report, properties and facilities, and that is Mr. Roeder.
Okay, property and facilities met on Wednesday, December 4th. I'll give a complete report at the next board meeting, January. I once again left my written report at the office.
Would you want mine?
Well, I don't have any notes, so I'll still do that on January. Okay, recommendations by the property and facility. I'm still not used to this format.
That's okay.
I know. We put out to bid for the North Campus Stormwater Phase 3. And we're going to be going out to bid for East Stroudsburg Elementary sprinkler system replacement. We had the invoices for CHA, which was Dewey Engineering, and D&M Construction. Payment of invoices. There will be a motion to approve from Rutledge Excavating a change order for $194,198.50 for the additional work to stage 2 of the North Campus Stormwater Project. Otis Elevator for the South High School. We got we're installing a new solid state starters, the 4 elevators, the high school south, J.M. Hill for $30,404. And that's what I have at the moment.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it.
I'll update that on January.
In January. Okay, thank you. Education programs and resources, Em?
Our meeting met on Thursday, December 5th. The first order of business was just to approve our meeting times for the future. We will remain on the first Thursday of the month with the exception of January and July because of the holidays. We had two major presentations that evening. The first was Amy Polmounter, Rick Sanker, and John Lair presented a business education proposal to offer 2.5 courses in career readiness for all ninth grade students and personal finance for all 11th grade students to meet the future PDE academic standards for career education and work and the PDE academic standards for personal finance. We really had a very long discussion about that, and the committee decided to make a recommendation for postponement until both the board and Dr. Vitale have the time to investigate personnel budget because it will require 2 additional teachers. So, and the requirements are not put into effect in PDE to 26-27. So we do have the time to look into that. I really want to thank Amy, Rick, and John for their presentation. It really was extremely comprehensive, gave us lots of details about the state of the business department now, the courses that are offered, and the different internships and such that can begin to really take hold. So we were really happy to listen to everything that they had to say, and we will come back to that once the budget and the personnel really has been looked into. The second part of the meeting was Dr. Piparato actually gave us the state of the high school report. This report also was extremely comprehensive. It covered everything with Keystone data, our building data and testing, from ASACA, our AP tests, our SAT testing, and it's looked at years from prior to COVID through our current timeframe to really give us a sense of our growth, areas where we, need to improve. And one of the things that we talked about is that our measurement of students is obviously not just based on tests, but we really try to look at the overall growth of students and where they are. And so we really appreciated that because it's been a while since we really have had a look at a comprehensive state of our high schools. This coming month, in January, we will look at the middle schools, and then in February, the report will be given for the elementary schools. So that really, if you have the opportunity to either come to that meeting or, to listen in, because we're here, of course, in the boardroom, but also available on Zoom. I think you'll just find it really important and informational to see what's going on in our schools. This is really the, and I say this, I know at every meeting, but it really is the heart of our schools and our students. It's what they learn, it's what they're about, and what we're about, as a board, obviously, to try to provide the best education possible for our students. So I'm just so appreciative of our teachers and our staff who really work so hard, to put forth the best education for our students. And then lastly, the EPR committee was given, as we always are for curriculum, the different updates. So we received the statistics curriculum to review, and then at next month, so we can look at if we have any questions. And then at the next month's meeting, we'll be set to approve that. And speaking of next month, our meeting is on Thursday, January 9th at 5:30 p.m. both here and via Zoom, if anyone's interested. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ann. Finance Committee, Rebecca.
So we met on Tuesday, December 10th, and we are pushing forward for board approval, the Burke 1 2025 Act 80 proposal. We're choosing bundle B, which will be $775 per run. And it's a renewal. We do this every year. The next item you'll see on the agenda is the board is DESCON quotes for the area enhancements for all district schools and it's being paid for out of food services, and we're just waiting for pending Commonwealth approval, but it will be in the amount of $179,319. And we also approved the Finance Committee meeting dates, which will continue to be on the second Monday of the month, except for the ones that are on a holiday. And we, had a little bit of a discussion on the budget status, and we also are moving forward the items that Mr. Roner mentioned from the Properties and Facilities Committee. And our next meeting will be Monday, January 13th at 5:30, both here and via Zoom.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Policy committees, anyone have an update? Debbie, you doing that? Thank you.
I'm Mr. Carket's
Okay.
report tonight.
Thanks. Deb.
The policy committee met earlier this evening and we approved our dates for meeting for the next year. And they will continue to be at 4:30 prior to the board meeting in this room. And of course, they are all available virtually by Zoom or live on YouTube. We motioned and authorized to direct the administration to post these policies with their revisions for public review during December and subsequent action in January. Policy 005, organization. Policy 308, employment contract. Policy 823, opioid antagonists. And then we discussed some older policies, and those reviewed that have changes are policy 615, payroll deductions, policy 619, district audit, policy 621, local taxpayer bill of rights, policy 622, Gatsby statement 34, and policy 624, taxable fringe benefits. There were no changes to travel reimbursement or tax assessment appeal. And we will meet next month prior to this meeting, 4:30. Be there.
Okay, thanks, Deb. And now we go to our student reports and fresh from serenading us, Alyssa from North High School.
Steal this real quick.
You can keep it. He's not here to take it back.
So good evening, school board, faculty, and guests, and of course, our new superintendent. We're so lucky to have you here. To reintroduce myself, my name is Alyssa Dina. I'm a senior at East Stroudsburg North, and I am honored to be your 2024-2025 North Student Representative. So we're just gonna jump right into it, and starting with the arts, if you can pull up.
One second.
You can sing us another song while we're waiting.
Thank you. I sing with the group. I sing.
Maybe in the play you'll sing solo. If you get your part, you never know.
Now in my favorite movie, Moonstruck, they would say, somebody tell a joke.
I think we should have a broader discussion on Gatsby statement 34. If we're gonna have this extra time, can we
I'm ready.
Christmas is coming. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Do we want Carl to go while we're doing the
Well,
technology?
you want to share too, don't you?
I think Carl has something on the line.
You have,
What about,
okay.
And Nayla is on.
Can you do it the old fashioned way and just tell us?
And I
Go
have to
ahead.
say, so we were very fortunate to have North here performing, but last week for our building, South performed and Carl was the accompanist. So he is not just a board
We
rep,
have
and he is
multi-talented
not only
reps.
a beautiful voice, but he also plays a masterful piano.
Nice. Or would you be okay going forward with that? I don't want to put you on the spot, but.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I needed those 2 minutes.
Good.
I should be right. So you all should have the flyer, our December edition.
you.
I want to say, Dr. Vitale, it was great having you. I saw you multiple times throughout our building, so that was great. And I'm just going to start right in. Our December teachers of the month are Mr. Reidner and Mrs. Youngkin. I've had both of them. They're great teachers, so we're appreciative of all that they do in our building.
I had Mrs. Youngkin too, if I may just say.
Are we bonding right now?
We're sorry.
Mrs. Youngkin, that's for
For
you.
Mrs. Youngkin.
And our future educator corps is continuing to flourish. They attended a trip to ESU. They met with ambassadors of education who were former ESASD students as well, and got to learn about networking, have different opportunities, and really focus on the transition from high school to college and how that will work for them specifically for education. Our Purple Pantry continues to be a great resource for our school. And students in need. This month, we were thankful to the Kiwanis Club of the Poconos and the Pocono Mountains United Way for donating turkey baskets for Thanksgiving, and they recently did hygiene kits, so those are very awesome. We have a large guidance update from this month. We had 26 juniors and seniors who are registered to take dual enrollment courses from Northampton and ESU in the spring. I'm one of them. And then we also have instant decision days for King's College, ESU, and Northampton that earned a lot of our students' acceptances to those colleges. On November 2nd, our guidance department administered the digital SAT at South for the local community, and they will do another one in May at our school. We also have 56 students registered for a total of 72 AP exams for our fall and year-long classes at South. And then we'll do another drive in the spring for those classes. And the first edition of the Senior Scholarship newsletter was released before Thanksgiving to help out seniors get some money for college. So that's been helpful, definitely. And then on here, our guidance department also asked me to give a little shout out to some of our MCTI students that are from South and represent us very well. We had 53 freshmen who are interested in MCTI and attended the field trip on November 15th. And we have had about 120 students from JTL and South that have applied to MCTI. So that's very exciting. We have had 11 MCTI students from South that were recently inducted into the National Technical Honor Society in November. And on November 6th, we had 10 South students who earned MCTI Student of the Quarter awards. So we're very proud to have them. And then I have 2 items of our Red Cross Club's activities. They did a Totes for Hope drive, and these are little personal care kits. They run a drive and they're given to homeless veterans through various outreach programs. So that was a successful initiative they did. And we also had a successful blood drive. And a little fun fact they left me with is that 1 in 7 patients entering a hospital will need a blood transfusion, but only about 3% of Americans get them. So we were glad to have kind of tackled that with our efforts. This was actually just today. We had our DECA District 7 conference. We sent about 74 students, I believe, today, and it was at Lehigh Carbon Community College. So the students that placed will qualify for the state conference in February at Hershey. In terms of our art department, Karma Russell won 3rd place at the Juliana V. Bolt Art Contest. And South currently has artwork on display at the Cure Cafe in Stroudsburg. It'll be there from mid-December now until mid-January. So if you want to stop in, take a look. And then our district band and orchestra, we had 12 South students who auditioned for PMEA District 12 Instrument Festivals on Saturday, December 7th. We had 6 successful students, so we'd like to congratulate Gianna De La Cruz, Sydney Ort, Sayuri Galperin, Teresa Hopkins, Nolan Rice, and Maya McDonald. And especially Sayuri, she also qualified for district orchestra in addition to the band. Our choraliers, we've had many caroling performances. We performed for the ESASD administration Christmas party, as you heard. And just today we were at Shawnee Ridge for their Christmas celebration as well. Our Drama 2 class is performing Bradley Walton's The Bologna, the Pickle, the Zombies, and Other Things I Hide from My Mother. So that's their class production, and it is entirely student-led, student-driven. They work on the direction, the production all by themselves, and that will be at 6:30 on December 18th if you're interested. In our athletics, we have our first year of girls wrestling who are officially sanctioned in the EPC. Additionally, our Cavalier cheer team placed 7th in the EPC championships at Easton Middle School, and all of our other winter sports have begun their season. Our Special Olympics Club has been working all year during school, after school bowling clubs towards our bowling competition. And pictured here is Fantasia Palmer, who had the highest score of all female bowlers at the event. So they were very excited. I saw them at bocce after that, and they were all showing off their ribbons. So that was very fun. And then a special shout out to Mr. Cole's sports and entertainment management class. They planned our annual powder puff game, and it was highly competitive, very expected every year. Everyone loves it. And this year, for the first time in a very long time, the freshmen won. So that was a
That's
shock.
unprecedented.
Now they got defended the next 4 years.
Right. And then before I go, I just want to remind you some of our upcoming events. If you are at all interested, we have our winter choir concert tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. I'm playing more new ones.
I can't wait.
And this week, I just wanted to let you know our Holiday Spirit Week is going on. And everything we're doing this week is a comprehensive kind of donation to the Olsen Christmas Wish. So today we did like a cozy day, so you could pay $1 to wear pajamas. We're selling different refreshments at lunch to raise money as well. We have Philly pretzels tomorrow, hot cocoa. I think we're doing chocolate chip cookies another day. And then on Friday, we have our pep rally. So it's our Students First Staff basketball game, which raises a lot of money for the foundation. Last year, we raised over $1,300. So we're hoping to surpass that this year. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. You're great. Okay, and next, Alyssa.
You guys missed me, or?
There it is.
Hey.
There you go.
Okay, so we're just gonna start off with the arts. So I'm really pleased to share, I don't know if you remember, but last month we had many students, sorry, we had many students go in the Juliana and Wayne People art contest, and our senior Amari Abrams won first place, which is amazing. Unfortunately, we're so happy for him. And on December 7th, 6 students from North auditioned for the 2025 PMEA District 10 band, and we had 6 people audition, and out of the 6, 5 people came in. Dylan Perry, Nina Yanuzzi, Joseph Canetti, Tyler Boyce, and Tayo Melissa qualified. And it will be held at, I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Casataqua High School at the end of January. And it's really an incredible accomplishment. It's been a while since we had this many students qualify at once. And on December 12th, the East Stroudsburg North Band hosts their winter concert. That evening it showcased impressive performances by the symphonic band, jazz band, and the brass quintet ensemble. And as LeVar said, we're gonna get into some chorale things because we've really been busy this season. I hope you all enjoyed it. We've been practicing really much, and we've had a lot of performances, as LeVar said. On November 30th, we sang at the Middle Smithfield tree lighting ceremony. On December 4th, we participated in the Rotary Club of the Poconos / the Lehigh Valley Hospital tree lighting. And on December 6th, we participated in the East Stroudsburg Community Alliance tree lighting. And on December 14th, the North Chorale participated in the St. Matthew's Catholic Church. It's a high school choir showcase. We went along with Stroudsburg, Freedom, and Delaware high schools, and it was really amazing. I loved it so much. And also this Thursday on December 19th, the North Chorale will, as LeVar said, will be featured on the Pocono 103 as their high school choir holiday week. We will be on at 9 a.m., so please stay tuned. And finally, wrapping up with the chorale, as I said, we have a lot, but I'm so happy to announce that we will be showing our chorale on a statewide stage. We got selected to participate in the Harrisburg Pennsylvania Farm Show. We'll be singing the national anthem there and get judged and hopefully win. But and as we end the chorale theme, please join us on Wednesday, December 18th at 7 p.m. in the North High School Auditorium. It will be our winter concert. There will be performances by the High School North Mixed Choir, Treble Choir, the Baritones, as he calls it, and the chorale. And now we will be moving on to athletics. Winter sports seasons began with a variety of different outcomes for the teams. Our girls basketball team won against Pleasant Valley on December 3rd. The rifle team faced East Stroudsburg South on December 4th. The boys basketball hosted Pocono Mountain West on December 5th, and the wrestling team won a match against Pocono Mountain East on December 12th. And now I'm super excited to announce that our swim team now has our pool back open after 2 years.
Right.
Yes, we had a match against Emmaus on December 2nd, and most of our new players, our new teammates, have their own personal records now. So it's just really exciting. I'm really excited to see what this team does. And the Unified Bocce is a brand new sport at East Stroudsburg North this year. We'll be hosting our first match ever on December 20th against East Stroudsburg South, and we're just super excited for that. We're so excited to have new sports in our school. And finally, with the athletics, the North football team had their end of the year banquet on December 15th. 3 seniors were awarded scholarships for their hard work and dedication, and Coach Lachlan and the assistant coaches were recognized for their amazing contributions throughout the season. And the football family had a fantastic time celebrating all their achievements, and we cannot wait to see what the future has for our football team after this amazing season. And finally, we're going to move on to extracurriculars. Members of our future educator cohort participated in meaningful experiences recently. They attended Resca Elementary's Friendsgiving event they had Thanksgiving crafts during a PTO meeting, and they helped the kids out with that. And additionally, they visited East Stroudsburg University for an on-campus event, getting insight for the field of education and life as an education major at ESU. And additionally, the PSEA interviewed our future educators at South High School to discuss opportunities and express experiences within the cohort. And finally, I'm really excited for this one, guys. North will host their annual teacher versus student volleyball fundraiser on December 20th in the North Gym. To explain it a little, during the day, students will form teams and they'll have a ladder bracket during the day. And then at the very end of the day, they will have a teacher, there will be a teacher team, and it'll go up against the winning team. And it will be in front of the whole school for the whole school to see. So we're really excited for that. And it's just an amazing day to send off everyone before the break. And all the proceeds from this event will go to the Timberwolf Pantry and to student activities. And with that, I will close my report. Thank you all for your attention, and I hope you liked hearing about the amazing things happening this month.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have Nayla from
Yes.
MCTI? I thought I saw her name up there. Okay.
Hello,
Hi, Nayla.
hear me?
Yes.
Everybody. So good evening, East Stroudsburg members, administration, and guests. My name is Nayla Joseph. I haven't been here a while, so I will be introducing myself. I am a senior at East Stroudsburg South, and I am also a 4-year student enrolled in the Business and Hospitality program at MCTI. A lot of the things that I'm going to report, Carl did cover some of them because we are the same school, sending school. So MCTI conducted a canned food drive in November. Students donated over 2,700 cans, which were collected for PVEN. And then HOSA students held a blood drive on Friday, December 6th. They collected 27 units of blood, which potentially saves up to 83 lives. So we were grateful to everybody that donated. I was one of the few. On Saturday, December 14, MCTI students volunteered for Toys for Tots, sorting for the individuals in our communities. There were so many different toys there, and I was jealous because I wanted a few of them myself. And today, Monday, like Carl said earlier, MCTI DECA as well as Self DECA did compete in District 7 competitions held at Lehigh Carbon Community College. I do want to say I was there, and I want to say that both South and MCTI did extremely well, and I will have the results of the competition from MCTI shared with you next meeting. On Wednesday, January 22nd, 96 students from MCTI will be competing against the best of the best in Districts 11 Skills USA in Allentown. And on behalf of all the students at MCTI, I would like to wish you all happy holidays and a happy and healthy new year. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nayla. Good to see you again. Thank you for your report, and thank you, Alyssa and Carl. It's just great to hear all the wonderful things happening from our high school students. And, this is why we all do this, for all the things that you make us proud of. So thank you.
If I may add, the number one factor when deciding whether to close or stay for a delay was that DECA had these competitions today. And the thought of closing and not allowing them, it was like weighing on me. So I'm happy they were able to go compete.
Thank you. Okay, next section is public participation. We just remind anyone that it is limited to comments on this agenda by residents and taxpayers of the school district, and a limit of 3 minutes each. Is there anyone present in front of us who would like to come up to the podium? Hey, seeing none. Anyone online that we know of was? Nope. Okay. Okay, then we'll move on. Does anyone on the board have any unfinished business?
I'll just make a generic comment. We'll put, we're gonna recommend that we put ESYA on the policy committee for the month of January.
Okay, thank you. So noted. Okay, anything else under old business? Okay, move to new business and local board of procedures. So we have our policies that are there for approval. So motion to adopt the board policies as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, and a reminder, we do have our new format, so we'll be voting on sections. If anybody would like to pull out any section or has any question on anything within the section, please feel free to let me know that. So our next is a motion to approve the information in our program section, and you see all of those listed.
Motion.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sorry, let me just turn to the next page. Okay, next section is on pupils. And we need a motion to approve all of the items that are listed as new business under pupils.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yep. New business personnel, and a reminder, we did add, correct?
Yes, we did.
Something to the personnel section. So that would be all of the personnel items in section 12. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Questions on anything? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Section 13, finances. Need a motion to adopt the items that are listed in our financial section.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Questions?
Yeah, are we doing individual or is A to I,
You can pull one out if you'd like.
We can pull them out if you want.
just D?
Okay. So we are going to pull out D and we'll vote on D separately. I just have to find.
You want?
Okay, D, I gotcha.
Payment of bills isn't.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
No, if you guys want to,
Just want
One and
D.
two.
There's two of them.
you want D, not E, because E is actually is probably maybe mislabeled. It's all of the things for properties and facilities.
There's, to answer
Yeah.
Mr. Roner's question, there are two separate listings of payment of bills. So you probably want to pull out D and E for this one, if that's what you're looking to do.
You're not actually against payment of bills, you're against approving
Treasurer's
the
report.
treasurer's report.
Treasury report.
Yeah,
It's on both.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we're only pulling E?
No, that's actually only on
It's
A.
only on D.
yeah, it's
Only
really
D.
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 D, I'm sorry.
That's
D.
one of them.
Oh, D.
D, as in David.
D.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's vote now for section 13 with the exception of D. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Need a motion to approve section D. I'll move it. Motion to approve the payment of bills and unaudited treasurer's report listed as agenda for the 24-25 fiscal year in accordance with section 687 of the Public School Code, recent directives from the Department of Education and interpretations made by the Auditor General.
Second.
Okay, questions? Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on. Our next section is property. Need a motion to approve all of the motions in the section on property.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, section 15, under operations, we need a motion to approve all of the motions in the operation section.
So moved.
Second.
Question. Just so I read this right, there's only two items on this, right? And their contracts under $10,000?
Yes.
I don't see any other, or any over that, right? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next is under community, and we need a motion to approve the motions in the community section.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 17 is simply enrollment, so just invite everyone to take a look at the enrollment report as of November 2024. And then finally, if there's no other announcements or comments from any board members, we need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and happy holidays to everybody. Thank you. And see you next year.
Thank you. Yes. Right.
Now.
Now-